Hello everybody, Gaiman here, and today I'm going to show you how to create a professional website, whether it's a blog or it's a business or it's a portfolio to showcase your designs. And by the end of the video you will be able to launch the website with a customized domain name, but you don't have to worry about any coding. You're not going to be coding here. You're just going to be moving things around, dragging and dropping. So I'm going to show you everything step by step. Let's get started. Alright, just put in wix.com. We are going to use wix.com for this video. But you can also use other sites like wordpress.com, like squarespace.com, like ClickFunnels, GetResponse, some of them for landing pages, some of them for websites, but most of the options must be similar. Dragging and dropping things, changing the text, swiping images. We are going to use wix.com for this video. So when you come to wix.com, you'll be welcomed by this big button, Get Started. But you can also scroll down and look at some of the info, look at some of the features and benefits you will be getting as a Wix user. You can press the home button to scroll back to the top. You can also go through some of these tabs before you click the Get Started button. As you can see, you can explore how to become a Wix partner. You can also go to the plans and see what Wix has to offer. Look at the subscriptions. You can even go to domains and first buy one. But for now, I'm just going to click Get Started. And let's go. Alright, when you click Get Started, you will be required to sign in or sign up if you don't have an account, but it's easy to sign up with Google or with Facebook. I'm going to continue with Google because I did sign up with Google. Alright, I'm going to choose my email, put in the password. Right, so it will load here. Alright, when you sign in, this is your dashboard. Depending on how many sites you have, you'll see all of them here, and then you can be able to select from any site and start editing. You can edit, you can view the live site, you can rename the site, you can duplicate the site. Maybe you had a store and you have created another store, an online store, and then you don't want to go through from the beginning. You can duplicate the site and then just change the images, or you can transfer the site to the owner. Okay, you can help someone create a site and then you can transfer the site to him or her. You can add someone to help you manage the site. Maybe you are doing another part. Maybe you are doing SEO and they are doing ads, or they are doing something else for you on the website. You can be able to add them as a contributor. I'm going to show you how. So if you don't want the site, you can move it to the trash, or you can create a new site, which we are going to do. I'm going to create a new site. Now here you will be able to choose from the options available, whether you want a blog or you want a portfolio or you want a fitness website. If you have you're a fitness coach, you can use restaurants and food, or an online store, or even designers. If you are a designer, if you are a photographer, many templates are available here, so you can choose from what fits your website or from what fits your personality, whatever you want. I'm going to choose blog. So now there are two ways to create a website in Wix. Either you can use the ADI, which is called the Artificial Design or Designer Intelligence. This is where Wix will help you create the website. You will not have much to do with the, you will only change out a few things. Type out images, change out some text, and then here is create with the Wix Editor. That means you will be the editor of the website. You will be able to move around some things. So if you're not someone techie, if you're not someone who wants to, maybe you want a quick website, you don't want to waste a lot of time on changing things, moving things around, even though it's so easy, it's drag and drop. But if you don't want to do that, you can just click start now. Right here you will be able to put in the type of the website. Is it a fashion blog? Is it a technology blog? Or is it a portfolio? I'm going to select from these suggestions here. but you can type in anything up here. As you can see, if you are an athletic coach or you are a fitness coach, you can just type in something and then you will have a template created for you depending on the options you have provided in the ADI. Okay, I'm going to go with the options provided here, which is blogger, and click, and then they will provide more options, and then more options here. You have to go deeper. As you can see, a lot of templates here for theater design, for interior designers, for photographers, even in law, even in entertainment, whether it's an art blog. So for me, I'm going to choose personal blog. Okay, and then I'm going to click next. Now here you get some of the options which you can choose from, or some of the features that you can add to your website by just ticking them. If you want, if you don't want a subscribe form from your website, you can just untick it. I'm going to keep that one ticked, and the chat ticked. I want visitors to be able to chat with me on the website. And then if you have a big following on Instagram, you can add the Instagram feed, which means people will be able to see your Instagram posts on your website. You can be able to click on any of the posts and they will be redirected to Instagram to check the posts out. Okay, if you scroll down, there are more features like paid plans. If you want a paid plan, if you want people to be booking you, here there's bookings, and then there's if you want an online store where you can be able to sell your products through the internet. I'm going to take this one because for me, I'm going to be using what we call the digital downloads. If you have a PDF, you want people to download it, and then I will click menus, professional menus. I'll click forms, select forms. I think that's it for me. If you organize events, you can tick the events. I'm not going to be organizing events here, but I can tick it just in case I need to sell some tickets. Maybe in the future I might need to run some events, so I'm going to click next for now. And then you can put in your website name. I'm going to name mine, and I click next. Now here you will be asked whether you have some content which you can import, or if you have created a business listing, what you call a business listing on Google. It's free to create. You will be able to link it right here. If you're just starting out, you might not have some of the things like the content on the website or like the business listing on Google, so you can click skip for now. All right, here is where you can review the info. You can even add some info like the address, add your phone number here, also add the social medias right here. Like I'm going to add my Instagram and my Twitter and Facebook. Oh, how can I miss Facebook? Okay, I'm going to click next, and here you will be able to pick a theme, a quick theme that might resemble the look of your website. So the theme is just like, it's just something to give Wix, the Wix ADI, the artificial designer, intelligence or whatever. So the theme is designed to give Wix an idea of what your website, or what you want your website to look like. You want something bold, you want something clean. I'm just going to click inspire. So it's something influential, something empowering. Okay, I give you some hint of what it means. For example, clean, it's neat and balanced. I'm just going to click inspire and then click continue. All right, now the Wix ADI will load for you these templates, from which you can choose the one that looks good to you. This is just like
like a look of how you want your website to look. Do you want a bar on the side? Remember, the Wix Editor is not giving you enough control of creating a website, so it's choosing for you the look of your website. If you don't want an image at the top, you can select this design. For me, I want an image at the top. In fact, I also want this bar on the side where I can put some information for someone. So I'm going to click use design. Alright, Wix will be loading your pages or the template, putting the final touches, and then here we are. Okay, now this is your website. It's ready, it's already there. Everything is just made for you. Remember the events we selected, and also we selected the subscribe. Remember it's here. And then what else did we select? The menu is here, the customizable menu. So on each of these items, you can be able to hover over the mouse, and then you can be able to change out a little bit of the design, but you can be able to customize the colors. Okay, you can also be able to customize how the menu will look like. So let's say you want to change out some of the colors in the header. You can come right here, and then you can select a color from here. Have you seen that? I'm going to go back to this blue, but you can go through some of this. See, this header design has some color in it. So Wix will also be saving for you the website, automatically saving, as you have seen there. We're not going to edit so much. I just want to show you that it's very easy for you to create a website right here. With your website now, you can be able to click on the item that you want to edit, and then you can come to maybe your logo, and then you can edit or replace a logo up there. You can also add some information, like you want a button for people to click and maybe they give you a call. You can include that if you want. I'm not going to include the button. If you scroll down, it's the same thing. Whichever element you hover over the mouse, you will get this edit option. The edit option will enable you to change out the text. For example, if you go in edit mode, you'll be able to change out each item that you select here. And for the map, you can enter your coordinates right here, or you can even type in a city, and you'll see it updated here. I'm just going to press escape. If you want to preview your site, you can just come to this button, or if you have made all the changes that you want, you can go to publish. I'm going to first go to the preview button to see how my website looks like. Alright, the website looks neat. I think it's a nice website. Nice colors, cool colors. You can see your header image right there. You can see some of the example posts, and if you click on any of them, you will be able to see the content. Now, for example, I clicked on one of the posts in my blog, so I can click on home to go back to the home page, and I can browse through my site and see how it looks like. Maybe I want this bar to be white or to be any other color. Maybe I didn't like the same blue behind the subscribe form, or maybe I want another design of the events part. So you can go through the website, preview it, and make sure everything looks neat before you publish the website. Otherwise, you can go back to the editor and make some changes. Back to the edit mode, you can be able to select any of the elements and edit them. I did show you this button here, by the way. Just helps you to move down things or up. If you want to move this one under this item, you can just click it, and then you can see it has moved down here, which was up. You can also be able to connect your website from here. You can go to connect domain if you already have a domain. So I've showed you the easiest way to create the website. For those who don't want to waste a lot of time on changing this and changing that, you can be able to swipe a few images and then just change the text and you are ready to go. But for those of you who don't mind getting around and playing around with things, explore more. I'm going to show you how to create an even more customizable website and a beautiful website, because you will have more control of what you include and what you don't include. Just click choose a template. Now we are back to choosing a template, but this time if you go through, you can be able to edit. Remember, we didn't have this on the other templates that we just saw, like text, we just saw like inspire, like we just had a few options there, but now you are able to go through all these templates. There's even more, and if you hover over any of these templates, you can be able to either edit or view and see whether it's going to work for you or not. So I'm going to go through these options. I want a personal blog. I'm not in food, I'm not in arts, I'm not in fashion and beauty or sports and wellness. I just want a personal blog. You can even search from here templates that you want in order to filter out other filters. Here you can come and choose from what you want. Maybe you want education, or maybe you are doing events and weddings, or you are a creative. You can come here. Maybe you are a graphic designer, or you are doing film and television. Options are here. If you are doing a store selling some things, electronics, you are selling babies things, or if you are selling clothing, you can come in here and look at the options, or look at these templates and check out. Also, you can click on blank templates and then you will be able to build from scratch. I think this one is for you if you have designed a few websites in Wix and now you are more experienced on the platform. But for me, I want to get something to start from. So I'm going to go back to all templates and then I'll type in personal blog. So when you type in personal blog, you'll get the results. Just press enter and then you can go through these websites and look at them. So I'm going to go through the websites and choose my best option, then I will get back to you. Alright, so I hope you went through the websites, hope you went through the templates and found the one that most fits your needs. For me, I found this one. I went under business, under news and business. I didn't use the personal blog, as you can see. So if you click on view, you will get a preview of the website, how it looks like. I've chosen this one because it has this sidebar where I can put some news, advertisements and things like that. So if you want, you can click on edit site, close out this one and go to this button edit, but it's the same. So you give it a few minutes to load. Now this is where you edit your website, and then these ideas right here will give you ideas on how to use the different features. For example, you can click on this item here to view what things you can change. For example, you can manage the menu. Notice you can also come to this button to manage the menus. You can view your pages here. You can create dynamic pages if you have a lot of data to collect. You can also apply some page transitions. I'm going to click on site menu, and then if you see these three dots, you can be able to click on it and get more settings. For example, you can rename the page, you can copy the page or duplicate the page. You can edit the SEO, search engine optimization. This is how you set up your website to be seen by search engines by using keywords. You can even edit what other people will see when you share your website. Under advanced SEO, it's advanced as it says, but these are also meta tags which you can insert into your content, which can help boost your visibility in the search engines. Under permissions is where you can restrict a page. If you want the page to be for only members, you can choose the members only. You can also choose password. Only people who have password that can access the page, but I'm going to choose everyone. And also, if you want to edit any page, you can just click on the page, which will take you to that page, and you can be able to edit from there. I'm going to go back to the blog, which happens to be my home page. You can set any of these pages to become the home page by going to settings, click this set button. Close out that. You can change the background of your website from here. You can decide to put there an image. Wix will load different places where you can upload an image from. For example, you can upload an image from Shutterstock or Unsplash. Notice Wix also has its own images. You can also upload from the computer. You can use the upload button. You can select site files. Then you can upload media from here. And from here, there are even more options like selecting from your Google Drive, selecting from your Facebook page, your Google Photos, or you can even include a link to the file. I'm going to select from my computer. I'm going to select this photo. I will click change background. So as you can see, my background is my image, the one I've just uploaded. You can even upload a video for your background or just a flat color. Okay, I'm going to apply to all the pages. For example, I'm going to come here and tick the pages that I want to apply this change to. So that is for your background. You have looked at the menus and pages. This is for your background. Now for add, I'm going to click on the menu, go to navigate, and then click back on blog. If you want to change the layout of this menu, you can click on this button, whether you want to align it to the left or to the right, or if you want your items to be aligned center. There are some other options here, like changing out the order of their display. And this button here, it helps you choose the design of your menu. As you can see, there are different templates to choose from. Now let's go back to the add button. This is where you find everything you need to customize your website. For example, you find things like text, images, galleries, vector art, shapes, buttons. You find grids, you find videos, you find contact forms and social medias. Everything you need to customize your website is found under the add button. Okay, for example, let's say I want to add an image at the top there. I will go to gallery, and then I will go to slider galleries. I'll just choose this animated slide. So when I click add, to just add itself somewhere, depending on where you are on your website. I'm going to click undo because I want to drag and drop. So I'm going to choose this one, drag it and drop it here. Here is my gallery. So I'm going to first delete this one. Click on it, press backspace. So that one is deleted. So I want to move this one down a bit before I place another one. So if you bring your mouse and click on the lines or the boundaries, you will get this control here for stretching the layer out. Let me first select this element here. So I have these settings available. Either you want a grid or you want a side by side. This is what side by side looks like. I might as well prefer the one column. There's even the minimal. If you have more content, I think minimal would be good for you. I'm going to go to postcard, and then under design, you can change out some of these colors. let's try this blue. So you're changing out the page title right here. I'm going to put it back to white. So for the description, that means you are changing out the description of the post, things like what time it was created, what day it was posted, and things like that. I'm going to put it back to white also. For support is just in case you have some issues with your website. You can go into the community and ask some questions and you will get the answers. The other thing I'm going to do is still select this one and click manage posts. And this one will be working for even the events if you want to manage your events. Now when you click manage posts, all the posts that you have on your website will load, and this is where you can be able to edit them, can be able to create a new post. Can start from scratch, but for me what I always do is I don't start from scratch. If I click back and then you go to these three dots, you can click on this one and say duplicate post. Now this is what I always use to create a new post so that I don't start from scratch. I just duplicate the post. You can see our success, the post is duplicated. And this works for whatever website you are working on. It can be an e-commerce website and you don't want to create a product many times. So you just get this product, duplicate it, and then change out the image, change out the pricing, all sorts of things.
Now this is your duplicated post, and in order to edit it, you can just click and drag through the text to select it, replace it with your own text. You can also click on this image, and you have all these settings. These settings include the SEO settings for the image, but you can also check out the link. You can include a link in your image so that you can send people to a different page when they click the image. Wix also has this option for editing the image, just a little bit of editing, not the Photoshop editing, like fixing the color and some filters there. I'm going to click replace image for now, and Wix will load your images if you have any of them uploaded. And here you can select your images from Shutterstock and Splash, just like we have already seen. I'm going to upload another image from this button. So I upload from my computer. I select the image. Maybe I wanted to write about Facebook advertising. So it uploads here. But remember, you can also upload multiple images at the time. So you just select the image and you click add to page. Alright, the image is here. Now let's change out the title. Let's say we are going to put how to run Facebook ads, just for the example. When you finish updating your content, make sure you click the publish button. Okay, so when you click publish, there's even another option of saving as a draft so that you can publish it later, or you can even schedule the post, or you can go to post settings where you will be able to change things out, like the authors if you have multiple authors. Post settings also include this option where you can set as a featured post. A featured post means it will be displayed anywhere on your website and all over the feed. You can even edit the SEO, the search engine optimization, how people will be finding your video or your article via the search engines. Alright, I'm going to click back. Notice I forgot to click publish. What I'm going to do is duplicate again. I forgot to click publish and I forgot to click save, so I lost that post and the changes that I had made. I'm going to click on the image again and change it out quick. Notice other settings here for cropping, adjusting some of the colors and saturation, and then you can even create a video from here or cut out the background. Pretty cool tools here. You can explore some of them and see what they can do for you. I'll just click add to page, replace my title again,
Okay, and then click publish. Now as you can see, I have my post now. It's published. So I'm going to duplicate another post so that I have a few more posts to work with. I'll click this button and go to duplicate. I'm just going to say publish for now. And then I think I'm going to duplicate this last one also. Just click publish. Notice if you don't want comments on your post, you can turn them off right here. Or if you don't need the post anymore, you can just move it to trash. And when you move it to trash, you can be able to bring it back just in case you changed your mind. But if you remove it from the trash, you don't have access to it anymore. It's gone. So now I have a few posts to work with. I have 6 posts. I'm just going to, if you click this button here, you will be able to see the analytics of your blog. Things like people who have viewed your blog. Analytics are in 2 ways. You can view the analytics for your website. In this case, we haven't published our website, so we don't have any analytics, as you can see. But you can also view the analytics for your blogs. How many people read your blogs, how many shares. Okay, so for me, I'm going to click this button here to close. And as you can see, our posts here have been updated. There's some other setting that we need to check out here in under settings. Click settings and then go to design. Not design, go to layout. So here in the layout is where you can choose how many rows of your posts will be shown. If you have more content, you can use this one to increase the number of posts that will be shown on your feed. I'm going to take it to 6 because I have 6 posts. Or I can even choose here, show all the posts. And then I'll click this button to close out. So here are my 6 posts. So the next thing, change out the text, but that's pretty easy to do. I'm going to click this one and delete it by pressing backspace. And then I'll click on this text and click edit text. If you want some animations, you can click this button for animations. Or if you want some help from the Wix community, or if you have a lot of data and you want to connect to a database, you can click on this icon. I'm just going to click edit text and put in my name, my website name. You can check out some of the text settings here. There are some templates here to work with, like the headings templates. You can choose your font right here. Your font might not be among these ones. You can upload a font from here. Okay, and just click upload fonts, and then you can look for the font from your computer and upload it. I'll just close out for now. I'm going to work with the fonts that are provided here. I'm going to choose this one. So notice I changed the font, but it did not reflect here, just because I did not have my text selected. So I'll select it by clicking and dragging, and then I click here, come back to this font which I had chosen. I guess I'll go with this one instead. I think that's nice. Can reduce the size a bit here, and then can change the color or highlight. The highlight is the background, the color is the color of the text. Can go through some other settings here to edit the alignments, the blatings. You can use the blatings for your posts, and even some effects like shadows. You have more settings here for character spacing. You see that? The spacing between characters. So you have a lot of options to edit your text. I'll just click out of that. The next thing I want to do is change out the background of my header. I just want to use this green here, which appears in the background image, or even the orange. So I'll just click on it, and then I'll go to design. Okay, whichever item you select here, you will have these options here. So when I click on the background, I'll get the options. For example, adding an image as the background. When you click that, you are redirected again to the choose an image dialog. I don't want to change, I don't want to put an image in my header. Just want to change out the color. So I'll click design, and then you have some of these options here to choose from. If you don't find what you want under these templates, you can click on customize design. Now from here you'll be able to change out the fill color and the opacity. I'm going to click on this, and then I'll click add. From here you can put in your color codes. I'll just choose my color from here. Just look for the color that you want and click on it, and then you can choose the saturation from here. You can play around with it and look for what fits your website. I'm going to go with that for now. I'll close out this. Remember, you can also include a border if you want to, or other effects like the shadow. So that means the shadow is appearing under the background of your header. Okay, not on the text, not on the menu, but under the header background. So I think you can see it there. You can change out the angle of the shadow here. I'll just close out of this. I think that looks neat. Alright, not so neat. But I think that's not bad. So I'm going to move up these ones. You can just click on it and then you can move it. Okay. You can even use the down and up arrows to move them in a few increments. So in order to move this one, I don't want to move the text and then come back and move the image. I'll click on the container box. You can see the label up here, container box. And then I will hold down shift to add the text to the selection. That way I have both of them selected and I can move them together. I think I can first move this space. Now this is just a line. It's like a divider which you can create from the add button. If you come to shape, you'll be able to see these lines. You can create lines, you can create shapes, you can create these dotted lines if you want to. So the add button is where you come to add all these elements around your website. I think I'm going to click this line and then I'll move it. I'm going to click Ctrl Z to undo that move because I want to delete the whole space at once. You can even use this button to undo, and then if you click on this and drag, you can be able to delete this space easily. So I've removed unwanted space. Remember, as I said, you can click on any of these elements and edit the design, edit the layout, or change the color of the background, or you can even delete it and put something else. I'm going to use this one, and then I'll click on this subscription form. Wix always shows you some of the tips. If you don't want to see the hints, you can click on not show this again and close. First, I'm going to go to layout, and then if I click 2 columns, I will go with 1 column, and then I'm going to reduce the space between these rows. Notice as I reduce the space between the rows, also the space between the subscriber form and the footer is reducing. I'm going to click out this and check out the form settings. Things like email notifications. In case this person sends you the email, where will it go? Things like if they submit the message, which pages do they go to? You can send them to a landing page, you can send them to another URL or to your home page. You can even send them a file to download. You can even choose to save every contact of the person that has submitted the form, You can choose to create what we call an automation, which means every person that submits the form will receive an email that's automated. As you can see, you also have the email marketing here, which is a way for you to communicate with your customers while sharing with them valuable content. As always, you have the support button. I'm just going to close and then I will go to design. I'm going to choose a nice design here for my submission form. I don't see what I'm looking for here. I'm going to click customize design. I'll go to color and then background color. I will change it to white. I guess that's not the background color I'm looking for. I'll change it back to, what color was it? I don't know. Don't even know what color it was. I guess I can click the undo button to undo that change. I think I'm looking for the form background. So the form background, click on this and then click I'll put it to white and put it to this slight green. If you want, you can make the corners round from here. I'll go back to input fields and then I want to change out the text. Under text, you can be able to change out the color of the text and even the font. I'm just going to click out for now. I'm going to click this one. So this is the info. I can move it to the footer by clicking, and then if you drag, you'll see this move to footer. Then you can click it and this item will be moved to the footer. So whenever I click on the footer and move it, the item will be moving along with it. Alright, so you can click and adjust. So I'm going to scroll up here. I think I need to change out this image. I'm going to remove this one here. By clicking backspace, I'm going to move the text down a bit. Clicking and dragging, I'm going to click on the image and then I'll go to change image. I'm going to select upload and I will look for this one. Alright, I'll just click choose image and there I have my ad. Now it's been cropped or it's been cut off. Some of the other parts have been cut off, so I can click on these edges and then I can scale, reveal what you wanted to. I'm going to click undo. I'm going to go to this icon crop. So I'll click crop and then you can be able to come to have these controls. So when you have these controls, you can move them. So my link there was cut off, and also the top, which is like the title of my ad, so was cut off. So I have it now. If there's still a part that's not revealed or you want to zoom in, you can use these ones. Mine is okay. I will just click apply. Okay, so I'm going to move the image a little bit down and I will change out the title here. I will call it the 4 most important selection tools in Photoshop. I'm going to move it up a bit, and then something even more cool here is you can drag to select something. So I just clicked here and then drag to select whatever I want to select, and then I'm going to move it up here. I guess I should have left my ad there, but I already deleted it, so I'm going to select this one down here and then move it to cover this space. So the next thing I want to do is add that big image I was talking about up here. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to select these ones by clicking and dragging, and then I'll try to move them down. I think my image stayed up, my ad, but no worries, I can move it. I can just select it here and move it down. Can hold down shift to keep it in line. So I want to place my image here. I'll go back to add, go to images or go to galleries or strip. I'm going to go to strip. and look for something cool here to put at the top of my page. I will choose this one here. Remember, you can click and drag the item, or you can just click on the item to place it. So I clicked and dragged it here. Notice it's in a full page. If you want to make these other sections of yours in full page, you can just select on it. Some of them by default cannot be stretched, but some of them will have this icon here, right here for stretch. When you click stretch, it stretches out to full width, just like that. Alright, I think the site is beginning to come together. Just some little edit down here in the footer. I'm going to select the footer, and then I'll go to change footer design. I'm going to go to customize the design. Actually, I'll go back to preset designs and look for something here. I guess what I'm looking for is not here. What I'm actually looking for is I'm going to go to add, and then I'm going to scroll down to menu. Okay, and then from menu, if you scroll down, you can be able to add a menu into your footer. I'm going to click and drag this one here, so it happens to have dropped outside. Notice these are controls that I've not talked about, but you can also access them from here. For example, if I select this item here, you notice I have options like duplicating, deleting, or alignment. So depending on the item that you have selected, you'll be able to see controls from here. For example, the width, can be able to change out the width using the up arrows. You see how it reflects on the side, or you can click escape, and then you can click on this and drag it around. I'm going to move it a little bit on the side so that I can move my anchors. So it seems like it's pinned to the right. So if you want to unpin it, just click unpin element, then you can be able to move it. I'm going to move this one back, and then I'll scroll down here. Remember, you can also zoom in or out if you want to zoom in into something. For example, if I click the zoom button, you will be able to go into this mode. I'm going to click exit zoom. I will scroll back down, and then you can be able to manage the menu from here. Remember, the menu only shows the items that appear in your menu up here. This is where you can highlight some of the most important pages to visit. I'm going to make sure this text is aligned on the side. I'm going to leave it on the side, aligned to left. So I make sure also this one is aligned to the left, so I can move it to place here. Click this one and move it a bit down, and then I'll change out the color of the background color of the footer. I'll just click design, go to customize color, go to fill color and opacity, click background. Now there are two backgrounds. If you have your footer stretched to full width, you might have only one color to choose, but my footer has to, for example, you see this preset design, there's this center color and there's also the background color. Okay, there's an option for having some kind of a texture in your background where you can only choose one color. I'm going to choose this nice green here, which I used in the subscription form. Remember, don't have many colors on your website, have just a few that are most important. I'm going to stretch out this one. I'm also going to adjust the height. I'm going to move it down. so that I can leave some space between the content, subscription form, and the footer. The next thing I'm going to do is, before we do that, I'm going to show you some of these other buttons that we have not yet looked at, like the Add Apps button. Here you can be able to check out the Wix app market, full of beautiful apps which can do different things like forms. You can have customized forms, you can have different social media designs on your website. You can have apps for chatting. You have apps for making your website look good for online bookings. You have videos into your website. So you can come here and explore some of these apps. And if you want to add media, the easiest way to add media is this button here. As you can see, you have options like uploading from your computer or from your social medias, or even from Google Drive, or photos saved on your phone through the Google Photos app. So this is where you upload your medias, your videos. There are some videos here you can use from Shutterstock. The next one will be the My Blog. Now this is where you get creative as a creative designer or as a writer. If you are a writer, if you are a blogger, this is where you get creative, manage your posts, creating new posts, adding blog elements like custom feeds, adding things like events. This is where you also find the blog help center. If you click on that to view the help center, you can read a lot of information about how to get more out of your blog. I'm going to go back to blog posts. I'm going to click on create post and we'll see the example. When you click create post, you'll be redirected to the same dialog that we looked at. And when you click manage posts, it's the same. You have looked at this also. This is where you are able to duplicate posts or you are able to edit the existing posts. So we looked at that. Now for some reason, my blogs have gone back to the initial format. That's not a big issue. Let's just move on to the bookings. Now depending on your services, you might not need the bookings, but if you do, like if you have restaurants, if you have classes, you want people to book, to make online payments, you can just click the add now button, just in case you need a booking service on your website. You will be required to answer some of these questions. I'm just going to click on multiple participants. As you can see, this works, for example, for yoga workshops or studio classes. I'm going to click on studio classes, and then you can be able to add some other settings here, like the name of your service that you want people to book. And then down here you can add the payment methods. You can change the time that your different appointments begin and end, and then you can save the services. I don't think I need the bookings on my website, so I'm just going to click cancel, and then I'll just click out. Now notice, even though we did not save, the bookings have still come to the website. But in order to remove that, you can just click on it. You can just select the whole element, and then you can use the backspace to delete it. If Wix asks you whether you really want to delete, just click OK. Now notice when I press delete, Wix tells me you can't delete bookings, just like we were deleting elements like submission forms or side elements. So in order to delete the bookings, you need to delete the whole page. That means your bookings will be taking place on a different page. And if we scroll up here, you notice that another menu has been created, which is called book online. Remember, we had only a blog and about. Now another one has been created called the book online. Now this brings us back to managing the menus. I'm going to click manage menu, and then if you go back to site menu, you can see the pages that we have. At first we only had these. Now we also have the book online. If you don't want the book online on your website, you can just click on the three dots, and then you can go to delete. Okay, I'm going to click delete. I don't need the bookings on my website. I was only showing you how to create it in case you need it for your website. So when you click delete, you notice it has disappeared. The bookings have disappeared from the elements that we have available. But anyways, the content manager is where you can manage your content. Things like creating collections, creating categories to help you manage your website well. You know, when you still have very little information, you might think that maybe you don't need this. But when you have a lot of information on your website, you might start getting a little bit disorganized, and you will not know what is what or which is which. Just going to click this out for now, and then I can change out this image. Lastly, depending on the item that you selected, you might have different options. For my case, I have this option here to manage columns. Now here I have two columns here. I have the first column which has the image, and the second column which has the text. So depending on which item I want to edit, you click on the item from here, and then you can double click the text to edit it. We have all these options that we have looked at. You can just click in the background to edit it, change the column background. You can place an image if you want to, or a color, or a video, just like we have seen. For now, I'm going to add a contact page on my website by clicking on the menu, go to manage menu, and then go to add page. When I click add page, I can be able to rename my page here. I'm going to call it contact. Click done. Close out this. Here we have a blank page. Okay, to place content, just go to the add button. I'm going to first place an image at the top. I'll go to gallery. I'm going to choose this big image here. It's called the slider deck. I'm going to move it in place. Notice those lines that help you snap it in the middle of the website. I'm going to click this button here, stretch, to stretch the image to full width. And then I can click on this text here. Click manage media. Now, as I said, depending on the element that we have selected, you have different options. Remember, I had the manage columns. Now I have manage media. Just because the item that we have selected has various, you can be able to place various medias in it. For example, if I click the manage media right now, as you can see, you have different images. Remember, we placed what we call a slider. Slider means it has these images that keep on sliding. So you can click on any of these images and click replace image, or you can delete the image right here, or even adjust some of the settings. For example, you can reduce the quality or increase the quality from here, or the sharpness of your image. I'm going to click out. I'm not going to change any images right now. And then the next thing I want to add to my contact page is the contact form. So to add the contact form, I'll just go back to add and look for the contact form, which is right here, contact forms. So I'm going to go through these contact forms to see which one I would like to place on my website. I'll just go with the simple contact form. Let me go with this one. So just click on it, and then I'll move it into place. The other thing I'm going to add to my contact page is the map, just in case you want to direct your customers to your location or to your store. So I'm going to go back to add and look for the maps. So to find the maps, you will need to go to the more, click more, and then you have all these items here, like PayPal buttons, payment buttons. You have events here, and then you have the Google Maps. So the Google Maps directs the, let me first put it here and then I'll show you. I'm going to choose this one with the green. So move it into place here using that guide, and then I'm going to click stretch to stretch it out to full width. So this one gives the directions to your customers up to your store or wherever you are operating. If you click on it, if you go to manage locations, you can be able to enter in your location right here. You can also change out the description. Notice how the changes reflected right away. If you want, you can also include a link in your map, whereby if someone clicks on the map, instead of them getting redirected to the Google Maps, they will be redirected to another page. I'm going to click none. I'll click done and then close out. If you have multiple locations, remember you can use this icon here, multiple. Just close out for now. The map will update in a second. The last thing I need to do is add some cool social media down here. I'll go back to add, and then I'll look for the social medias, which is right here under social. Then you can scroll through and see which one you would like to place on your website. I think I'll just go with the ones that are already there. I'm going to delete the anchor menu for now. I might not need it. So there's something about the footer design that I've not liked. But I think let's just go with that for now. So now we have three menus or 3 pages on our website. The blog page, you can be able to navigate through them by clicking on the navigate button, and then you go through them. Blog, this is where you have your blog posts, okay, and then the about, which we have not yet edited, which you can still come here and click on the images, change them out, and put in your own information about your business or about yourself. And then there's also this account or login bar, where you can be able to manage where your customers can log in and they can be able to track their information. Maybe they can track the purchases, or maybe an education site, they can be able to track their courses from the membership. You can check out the membership under the add, under members, so you can customize your membership page if you want to. Notice Wix has already saved the website for us with the autosave. I'm just going to click preview. All right, you can scroll through and look through. You can click on the contact to view a contact page. Obviously, this is not a cool website. This is the ugliest website I've ever seen, but I think you get the idea, guys. You just go in, edit the website, make it yours. I guess this is not even mine. I can say this is mine. If you want to create a beautiful website, you will need a little bit more time. You will need to be organized. You might even need to have a web designer do it, or maybe on a paper, or you sit with a team, you know how your website will look like, and then you can come into Wix and move around things to customize it depending on your needs. All right, so the rest of these other settings, you might need to go in and explore them yourself. For example, the tools include the snap to objects, those lines that you have been seeing, the grid lines. You can even put the rulers to help you organize your website perfectly. You can go to settings to do things like connecting your domain name, things like adding roles and permissions, adding people to your website to help you manage it. Things like the favicon. Notice this small icon here for Wix. This is what we call the favicon. Okay, so you can go in and look at some of the things and see which one you need, which one you don't. Maybe the most important part that we might have left out is the mobile. If I click on switch to mobile, this is where you will be able to edit the look of your mobile website. Remember, what you customize won't affect the look of your website on desktop. So this is just the mobile version, how you want it to look on the mobile. Now, since most people are viewing content using their mobile phones, their mobile devices like tablets, which gives you the ability to go in and change everything in your mobile. So I'm just going to go through, and then they will show you some of the tips. For example, how do you want your menu to appear? Is it on the left? Is it in the center? Or is it on the right? I'll click next. And if you also want your menu to stay at the top, so that when someone scrolls it stays there, you can click the fixed. Wix will give you a preview of what it looks like, or you can click fade if you don't want it to appear. I'm going to use the fixed one. I'm going to click next, and then you have these quick actions here. How do you want them to appear? Do you want them to appear at the bottom like that, or you don't even want them to appear? You don't want your readers to be disturbed? I'm going to go with this one here, the floating, and then I'll click next. There's also this handy tool. For example, someone is reading a blog and they scroll down up to the footer and they want to go back, so someone doesn't have to again swipe and scroll. You can just use this button here to go back to the top. If you don't like the button, you can just click no. I'm just going to click next. And then if you want to customize it a little bit more, you can go to mobile editor, which I'm going to do, just to go through and make sure everything is looking good. It's the same process, guys. The same process of just clicking and moving around things, or even scaling them. You also have a few tools here to work with. You have the option to change out some of the background images. You also have the option to hide some of these elements in mobile. If you have a lot of menus, you might want to reduce some of those menus from here by clicking on this icon, and then you can choose whether it's going to be hidden on mobile or it will be visible. You can even choose the optimize, which will go through and optimize your site for mobile. You might not change it as you want it, but you can still go in and make a few changes. If I click on any of these elements, you still get the settings here, depending on which element you have selected, but not as many settings as you might have when you are in desktop website editing mode. So the only few options you have here is reducing the size of the text or increasing the size. So anyways, if you need to make a few changes in the mobile, you can come in here and make those changes. What I'm going to do is click preview again to preview my website on the mobile. This is how it will look like. The menu, I will click blog to view my blog posts. I can use this button to go back to the top. The customer can use this button to maybe send you a message or email or even call you, depending on how you have it set up. Alright, I think that's it for how to create a website, how to start a business online. Remember, there are many ways to start a business online, but I think this is the best way to start a business online, because you have your own thing, you have your own platform. As you have seen, you can come in and edit your posts depending on how you want to rank them on Google. Add the SEO. I'm going to close out this for now. I'm also going to close out this. Alright, now when you come back to your dashboard, you will be able to view the My Sites, and then you can click on any of these sites, or you can hover over and get these controls. You can be able to preview, rename the sites as we saw. I'm going to select one of these sites just to show you the last part, which is to upgrade your site or connect the domain. You find those things when you click on any website, and then you have the options here to connect your domain. Connecting the domain means you have your own domain name. For example, Wix.com is the domain name here. If you want yours, depending on your business, you can click connect. And then if you have your own domain name, you can click connect a domain name. If you don't have one, you can click buy a new domain name. And then you can type in here the domain name that you want, search it and buy it. The process is not complicated. I'm just going to click back to show you how you can get a free domain name. So notice down here, if you scroll down, there's always this button here called upgrade. If you have already upgraded the site, it might not be there. I'm going to click upgrade to show you how you can get a free domain name. So under the upgrade, you will see different plans from which you can choose depending on your budget and depending on your business needs. You will see what you get from any package right here. Maybe I need the unlimited bandwidth package with 10 GB storage. Plus you connect your domain. And then down here you can see you have a free domain for 1 year. Okay. So if you just click on select, you will be able to add your payment method if you haven't added one. And then you can purchase the package and launch your website. Because right now the website is running on the Wix subdomain. Wix went ahead and used the email address that I used to sign up to become my domain name. But you can choose your own domain name and put it here. Other things you can check out is the mobile app, where you can design your own mobile app for your website. The social, SEO, where you can edit and rank your website in the search engines, or even the roles and permissions, where you can add other people to help you manage your website. You can just click on add a contributor and then put their email and choose what you want them to be, whether you just want them to be blog writers or you want them to be the admins of your website, and send the invite. And I think that's it for the video. Now it's time for you to go and create your own website, connect your domain, launch it, do some email marketing, do some social media marketing, go out there and do it.
Alright, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you can now create and launch your own website using Wix.com. I've also showed you how to invite people to help you manage the website if you have a lot of content to create. I've also showed you how to rank your website in the search engines using SEO. And by the way, if you want to learn more about how to rank your website in the search engines using copywriting, there's a link in the description. It's the Clickbank Marketing course, the resources. And if you also like the video, let me know in the comments. If you don't like the video, let me know what you don't like about the video, I hope to see you on the internet. Thank you so much for watching this one.